What questions?
What's the status on Johnny Lloyd?
We'll see. He banged that knee pretty good. He'll try to practice a little bit today, and I don't think he'll be able to go much according to Clay, but we'll just have to wait and see. I think it'll probably be a game time decision.
But he'll travel with you at least for sure.
Oh, definitely.
It's nothing structural? Or
No. We had tests taken on it yesterday, and it's just a badly bruised knee, and so we'll just have to see how it feels.
Coach, can you talk a little about DeVoe, what he's brought since he's been able to play for you guys this season?
Well, he's done a very good job. Offensively, he's been a big threat. He's picked up his rebounding here a little bit. Defensively, he's been solid. I think there's so much more there, though, he can give us defensively. I think that's the big area that he can help us with. Up until this weekend, he was really doing a good job of making shots. I think we got to get him back to that for others. So a lot of positives there. He's been, he and Garrett have really given us solid play at the guard spots.
Can you just talk about the consistency you guys have had? One good game followed by one bad game, followed by a good game and a bad game. Just how do you get that?
That would probably be inconsistency. I don't know. We are disappointed that we haven't been able to take a better climb there. Some of it is the opponent, but a lot of it's just us, we haven't moved the ball as well. We miss a couple shots. We don't execute as well then, getting a little bit of a hurry. So, and that's my job. We just got to do a better job getting them prepared and making them stay with it. I show them the stats of breaking down stuff, but we've got to have a better level of execution. We've got to do a better job offensively.
Tyrone says that in practice you are consistent now. He thinks that you guys practice well a lot.
We sure did last week. I really thought we were ready for both those ball games. We had a great week of practice, and it just, it's not going to come that easily all the time. It's not like throwing a light switch where, you practice. You got to do it every day for a long period of time, and part of that consistency we can blame on a lot of new guys, but we're halfway through our season, and that excuse is wearing thin. We've just got to do a better job.
Featuring Tyrone and Arid, can you tell me what he brings to the team, where he needs to improve?
His athleticism is great. He didn't give us much energy the other night. I watched film individually with Ty yesterday, and I showed him where the difference between the Stanford and Cal game and his energy level, and he was disappointed with himself, and so energy is such a big part of it when you're an athlete like that, and you've got to make athletic plays. There's only one speed you can play at, and he didn't play at that speed against Cal, and he recognized that. I think he'll try to make an adjustment.
It's pretty important to the team, though, right?
Absolutely. 6'8" athlete who can block a few shots, run the floor. Definitely a big key for us.
After looking at game film with Cal, what are the things that you guys really want to work on this week?
Well, Crab got it going there, and we didn't do a very good job of getting him slowed down. Gave him a couple good looks, and he finished it, and the basket, I think, seemed about that big to him. So we've got to do a better job recognizing when somebody's getting going like that. Offensively, we had a lot of empty possessions in the second half. We just got to do a better job.
What's the impact on preparing for a team like Arizona State? They're bringing a couple guys back who were suspended, but Herb didn't seem to know how much they'd play. I mean, do you have to prepare for about two teams?
No, we just got to prepare for ourselves, and they give you a different look with that zone, so we got to prepare for that. But it's just like a player getting in foul trouble early or anything. You prepare yourself, and you prepare for their looks. You go over individual tendencies, and if those two guys play a lot more, we'll have to be ready for them. But I think their team concepts will stay pretty much the same.
Shorter week this week, no practice yesterday and traveling tomorrow. Does that affect the way you guys prepare?
A little bit. Guys won't like getting up tomorrow morning and practicing, but that's the only time we have available. So, today's 7. Today's practice will be important for us, but it changes it. We're going to have to get used to that. That's something next year with the TV will be a big change. So, we're just going to have to get used to that.
How would you say the team's holding up from a physical standpoint at this point in the season, Coach?
We're all right. We're halfway through it. Guys are in good shape. Don't have any serious injuries, so I'd say physically we're in pretty good shape.
big loss down there last year. How does that motivate the guys this year?
Oh, we don't have a lot of guys returning, but we didn't play well down there. And I thought it got us prepared for the first round of the tournament, but I don't think we'll talk too much about that. We'll just go down there and play the game. It's a different team, different year.
How about
Phil-
Arizona? What can you put scouting report on them?
Well, their athleticism, they're young and they're making, some of the, Sean has a lot of new guys, so they're making some mistakes they didn't make a year ago, but they're still a very athletic team, very deep. We're going to have to play awfully well, there. And I haven't spent a lot of time looking at them, but I have seen them on TV in a couple ball games, and they're an athletic team. I know some of the freshmen they have are very talented, so it'll be a big challenge for us.
You feel like the Pac-12 is still a very open race. There's not really a clear-cut favorite, and if you were to sweep this weekend, it's like you're right in the thick of it.
Well, I don't even know if we need to talk about that. I want our guys to recognize that each game is a big challenge for us. I told the guys, what we need to worry about is each game, and if it works out that we're in the conference race, great. But we've got a long ways to go. It's an 18-game schedule. We're only 4 games into it, so hopefully after 9 games we'll be able to answer some of those questions, see if we're in the hunt.
A lot of the guys mentioned how tough it is to go on the road in the Pac-12. How important is it that you're able to knock off one of these teams that seems to be kind of struggling in Arizona State?
Well, it's tough to go on the road in any league. College basketball is a home court sport. We didn't hold up our end, on the home court this weekend, but it's always important to go on the road and figure out a way to win a game or two. And Arizona State, Arizona provide us that opportunity. But we're going to have to play well in each game to have that opportunity.
One more for Coach here.
So as a former quarterback, should LSU have thrown downfield?
Sometime. That's, it's the in retrospect, I'm sure they wish they would have a couple of times.